I've gotten a ton of messages over the past few days asking what happened to Nina Follows Christ. Her channel was apparently taken down by YouTube due to false flags. YouTube and Google don't always do a good job of investigating complaints, especially for new channels, so this sort of thing happens. Nina sent me a message asking if I know why her channel got shut down when channels like mine don't, even though people also flag my videos and comments. I think it probably has something to do with how long the channels have been around. If YouTube gets a bunch of false flags about my channel, they can look at my channel's history and see that we're pretty careful about following the rules. If it's a new channel getting a bunch of complaints, YouTube doesn't have much to go on, so they might think that the complaints are genuine. That could have something to do with Nina's channel getting shut down, but there's another factor at work here. Someone like Nina making videos exposing Islam enrages certain Muslims much more than I do. Now, I get messages from keyboard jihadis saying they're going to kill me and kill my kids and rape my wife and rape my mother and burn us alive, blah, 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 all because I make videos exposing Muhammad and the Quran. But Nina's in a different category. She's a former Muslim. I'm not a former Muslim. So we're both under a death sentence for criticizing Islam, but she's under an additional death sentence for leaving Islam. And she's not just a former Muslim, she's also a woman. Many Muslim men are convinced that women have to be completely under their control. This is why we hear about honor killings and female genital mutilation and women and girls having acid thrown in their faces. Some men lose their minds at the thought of a woman talking back to them, and here's a woman talking back to all of them at once. So as much as I upset keyboard jihadis, I will never upset them as much as Nina does, and that makes her a target. In a Muslim country, they would silence her by killing her. Since they can't kill her, they try to silence her by flagging her videos and comments. Absolutely pathetic. Most of these cowards won't even show their faces, unlike Nina, who's putting her face out there and is clearly far more courageous than her critics, not to mention obviously more intelligent. But here's what's interesting. Muslim cyberstalkers and keyboard jihadis give us valuable information. When they organize enough people to get a channel shut down, it's because they view the channel as a threat to Islam. And if they view the channel as a threat to Islam, we should view the channel as a threat to Islam. So even if you don't know Nina, cyberstalkers and keyboard jihadis have already given you enough information to know that you should be interested in her work because they're terrified of her. With this in mind, I think we can support victims of false flags and keyboard jihad by helping the victims make their channels bigger and more popular every time they're targeted. So I encourage everyone to click this button to subscribe to Nina's new channel where she's reposting her videos. I've also put a link to her new channel in the description box. There aren't many things you can do in life that are more important than standing with former Muslims against Islamic oppression, and there aren't many easier ways to do it than by supporting their channels. So be sure to subscribe to Nina's new channel, share her videos, and tell her critics what sniveling cowards they are.